Hello, my name's Christopher, and I'm going to be showing you how to install glances on Cosmos Cloud. So, a little bit about this series, I'm going over home labs or installing things, getting things set up, everything like that. So, if you're interested in that, subscribe, comment, like, and support the channel, and let's get started. So, we're going to be on the Big Bear Video Assets. There will be a link down in the YouTube description to get to it. So, I'm going to go to how to install glances on Cosmos Cloud right here. And then I'm going to go and Docker Compose. And then so I'm going to explain it. So Docker Compose version 3 is being used. The services. And then the service underneath the services is called Glances. The container name is called Glances. And then we're going to set an image to be used. So it's going to be coming off Docker Hub since there's no URL before this. So it defaults Docker Hub. And we're going to set a tag. And then port mapping is 7300 to 61208. So this will be a little bit different. We're going to set up a proxy in Cosmos Cloud, and then we're going to direct it to this port. So environment variables are time zone. You need to set your own time zone here. Set some glances options. And then the PID is set to host. Container restart policy is set to unless stopped. So if you stop it for any reason, it will not try to restart. But if it fails or any other reason, it will try to restart. And then we're going to set a volume to get the docker.sock. So this is on the host side and in the container right here. So we're going to go up here to copy raw file. And then I'm going to go over to my Cosmos Cloud and get this installed. So now we're going to start on our Cosmos Cloud now. And I'm going to go to Serve Apps. And then I'm going to go over here to Import Compose File. And then I'm going to paste what I just went over in the last for Big Bear Video Assets. Then I'm going to say Next. It's going to give you a JSON object of what it's going to be doing. So I'm going to say Create. Services created. So we're going to close this. You can see that it is up and running. You can see that it's listed on this port right here. So the way Cosmos Cloud works is it uses a proxy to get into it. So we're going to set up a URL. And then here you go. We're going to say confirm. It's going to be listed on 7200. So confirm. Refresh the page. And then here we go. We have a URL set up. So now I'm going to go over the container options. So you can force an update on the current tag. You can pause the container, stop the container, restart the container, recreate the container, and kill the container. So here's all your ports, your networks. You can also isolate the container network. So you can turn this on. Then there you go. You can also turn on auto update container. So you can go into details. You can see information right here. And then you can see the logs on the container. You can have a terminal. And then here's your Docker options to change the environment variables, change the image, and change the labels. Here's your network config. So it's on bridge network and the host port is empty. And here's the container ports that you use to put on the proxy URLs. And then here's all the networks that you have. You can go into storage and you can see what the binds are or the volumes are. So var run docker.sock. So it's binding that one. So that's about the container options. So I'm going to go over the URLs now. So you can go into URLs over here, or you can go on Serve Apps and you can go straight to the URL through the cog right here. So here you go. You can see the description. You can delete this one and you can see the URL and you click on it. And it's a serve app that it's targeting to. And Glances 61208 is the port inside the container. So what this does is it's got a custom proxy, and then it proxies inside the container, so the container is never exposed. So Smart Shield is enabled, and authentication is disabled, and throttling is enabled, and then timeout is enabled. Then you can go over to setups over here, and you can change info on the proxy. So name, description. You can change the mode, container name, and then container port, container protocol, and then result target preview. So you can change the port that the proxy is listening on, and then you can add authentication, and Smart Shield you can turn it off and on. So now you can go over to security, and you can have more settings. Authentication required, admin only, forward IP and host headers to target, disable header hardening. Here's the Smart Shield config, and then the timeouts, and then block common bots, and then block request without a referee header. So that's about the URL side. So now we're actually going to go to Glances now and see the UI. So you can go to here on the URL. You can also go on the home, and you can see the Glances right here. So I'm going to go in here. You can see info about the CPU, the memory, the swap, more info about the CPU, and then the memory, and then the swap, and then the load on the server, the network, containers running. You can see the Glances right here, Cosmos server, and Cosmos MongoDB right here. And you can see warnings and critical alerts. You can also see processes right here, the disk IO, the file system, the sensors, and that's about it. But you can also see your IP and your public IP, but I removed those for the video. So that's how to get Glances working on Cosmos Cloud. So I just walked you through step by step on getting Glances running on Cosmos Cloud. I walked you through the URLs, the container options. So if you like this tutorial, subscribe, comment, like, and support the channel. And if you have any video suggestions or need support, you can go to the Big Bear community and join our Discord. There's a link in the YouTube description. So stay tuned for more.